All right, let's connect it up. Welcome. All right, everybody. June 2nd, 2019, coming at you. Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 starts tonight. What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? One-Eye Bry, also known as PT, back to talk about Fear the Walking Dead Season 5. We'll talk a little bit about the Walking Dead comic stuff on there, too. Spoiler warning for all that if you're catching it on the replay. I have not seen the episode. I do not have AMC Premiere. If you have, please do not just go around telling everyone what happened exactly. Not everybody wants to know. But if you want to talk about some things about The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and really anything in particular, comic stuff, of course, feel free. I'm hoping you guys get to have a little fun here. So thank you guys for joining me this Sunday. Gonna wait for everybody to join. It's a little about a minute or so in, and we'll just wait for everything is here. So thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate the support on there. Everybody is important to be here, and we could talk about a lot of things. Like I said, spoiler warning if you're catching it on the replay, because we're going to talk about Fear, Walking Dead, some filming stuff, comic stuff as well. It's a big day today. June 2nd is Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 1. I'm not sure. I think it's a little extended. I think it's 65 minutes. And then the word is that it's Nosferatu and then Talking Dead, which is like they love throwing that movie episode in of another episode before Talking Dead or another show, so you'll have Fear, Nosferatu, and then Talking Dead. They love to do that for some reason, so we'll see what we got. So Fear the Walking Dead is actually out right now, Season 5, Episode 1, if you have AMC Premiere. I do not, so I'll be watching it on Sunday, and I have no problem with that. I actually look forward to it on Sunday, so I don't really want to get Fear or AMC premieres because it's really not that big a deal for me. Efren, hey Brian, what are your thoughts on the upcoming season of Fear? I feel Fear will be great this season only because of the Rick connections. Thoughts? I hope it's good. I hope it's great. I hope it's interesting. I hope it connects with the Walking Dead universe. Everybody coming together. I hope Fear the Walking Dead shines some more light to the Rick connection, the helicopter people. I hope it makes sense for that. So, hello everyone. A bunch of people said hello, so I'll just give the general hello everybody. But ultimately, I hope Fear is entertaining. I hope that Fear the Walking Dead is just worth watching. That's the biggest thing. In past seasons, it's debated if it was. It's kind of one of those things where you're like, will it just make sense? Will it connect with Morgan and Alicia and Strand and Max and Dylan and Logan and Charlie and just everybody involved with it? And the newest and biggest crossover since Morgan is Dwight. So, Mother Trucker, great name. What are your thoughts on Walking Dead when Rick finally returns? So, I don't think it's going to be like him connecting with the show. He's not really going to return to the show is the word. He'll be in the movies. So I hope that Rick coming back to the show, in the story to the movies via the movies is going to be better, because I hope that it's one of those things that it'll be great for what happened. I have questions, they give us answers. You have questions, they hopefully will answer your questions, right? I hope that Rick is actually involved, the main person for the movies, but also we get Jadis and potentially Heath, some new characters here and there. Hopefully a Daryl, Carol, Michonne, Judith, some sort of connecting point for it. And I think that's what they're going to try and do for sure. So we'll see. But I don't know if it's going to be the greatest movies ever. Are they going to end with cliffhangers to set up the next movie? Probably. They want you to turn in for the next time. I don't know when they're going to actually start filming it, but hopefully it comes out early next year, 2020. So we'll see what happens for that. And I have some information about Fear the Walking Dead's episode tonight from a couple people that have sent me some screenshots and some information and just told me some things about the episode. Because if you have AMC Premiere, you could have seen the episode. I do not. I will watch it on Sunday tonight. I will watch it every episode on Sundays, do the review tonight. I believe the code word is Skidmark, Skidmark, and that's the name of an episode. And I think that's actually the name of one of the tapes that Althea has or finds, and it could be a connecting point to one of our old characters that hasn't been seen for a while. So pretty cool stuff. Yeah. Stevens wanted to join the live stream for a long time, and I guess he has some time to do it. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me this Sunday and every Sunday. I appreciate it. Truly do. What we got here? We have a question. Oh, it just jumped on me. Is RJ, what did you say? Is RJ the AJ in the Walking Dead game? I don't know. I don't play the Walking Dead games. It's just not my style of like picking a path and doing this and just kind of a quick time event thing. It's just not really my bag. I don't really know. So I doubt it. I think RJ is just for the show for sure. Boy, good question. AMC Premiere on your computer or cable box? You have to have cable television to have AMC Premiere, I believe. You have to have a cable provider. Is that some people are putting skid mark, so that's funny. But AMC Premiere, I think you have to have a cable provider for it to have that early access, and you can actually have the app, the AMC app. Like I would watch it through my Fire Stick, and AMC is an app through that Premiere, and you can watch it early through the AMC Premiere app without commercials, I believe, but I haven't seen it. So Skidmark is the cat. Renee H. I'm not sure. The early word could be. They were saying there's a couple pictures going around of the new characters, and some people are thinking the cat is named Skidmark. Could be. And also, I think that cat will be seen with Daniel, and Daniel's tape is labeled Skidmark is the word for it. So that's a thing that we'll see tonight in tonight's episode. But no, it has nothing to do with skid marks, if you know what I'm talking about there, too. When is Fear the Walking Dead beginning? You go, it's beginning tonight, or it's actually already begun for Friday. So, Xavier, are actually spoilers out? It's kind of. The Spoiling Dead fans had some different stuff. They did not get information about the episode entirely, but they did have some Q&A questions from fans and from people that asked questions, and they had some answers for that. I shared that in a video, but it's not a full-fledged Q&A for this. I'm not sure if their source or whatever they couldn't get, or they're done with the filming or something. They're not going to be around, or something to do. I don't know actually how they get it, if they get screeners or what they actually do, but I just know that there are some spoilers for episode 501 and the first half of season 5 that have been going around. But it sounds interesting. For what I'm hearing, what I've seen, what pictures are there, is that we're going to get Dwight either in episode 502 at the very end into 503, and hopefully we'll get a backstory of how he got there, when he went there, how he went, why did he go there, and all that. So I don't know if it's going to be slow for the first 2 episodes. Some people said, some critics said, but some critics are saying that The Walking Dead's terrible and every episode's terrible and Fear the Walking Dead's terrible. So you have to make up your own decision and know your own mind of what you think. I don't really buy that much into the actual critics, what they say. I'm actually my own critic. I like different things, what they say and what they do, because I like things for different reasons and I dislike things for different reasons. So you have to make your own opinion. But from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, we're going to be getting some connecting points, if you like The Walking Dead, into Fear the Walking Dead and with the Rick Grimes movies, and mainly the helicopter people. There will be a connecting point that I've seen, and people told me that we're going to see the helicopter symbol, or the symbol that's on the helicopter again. So what does it mean? And I believe it's connected with a walker that some people have told me and hypothesized that they think that walker is the universe opening walker. The walker will be opening up a whole different area for it, is a connecting point with the helicopter people. And I buy into that. I think it's going to be a pretty cool thing. Now, will Alicia, Althea, Strand, Morgan, whoever go to meet a part, if not the same area where the helicopter people are? We just don't know. We have to see. But I'm intrigued about that. If they have a connecting point with the helicopter people, does that mean that Morgan will see Rick again? I hope so. Because Rick and Morgan have been connected since the first episode. So it's very interesting that I think that'll be a possible point. And I hope it is. Sonia, you can't stay. Well, hopefully if you get the internet problems, I'll be going till 2 o'clock. So hopefully we get everybody connected here. But thank you for coming by, Sonia. She's one of my fans of my Fight for Us book series and also a supporter of the channel here, like all you guys are. I appreciate it. But, pretty cool stuff. So Mother Trucker, do you want Negan to be free? I do. I want Negan to be free to fight the Whispers and Beta and Alpha and all those walkers and stuff on there too. They're going to be all hands on deck. They're going to need everybody there because we saw all those walkers, that huge walker horde, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty big. So they're going to have all hands on deck. And I hope Negan is actually involved with that. Hopefully he has some funny one-liners like, look at you. What the, or something, and he gets Lucille, and then boom, hits Beta with it. That would be pretty awesome. If you know the comic stuff, potentially could happen. As for the comics, issue 192 is out on Wednesday, June 5th. It could be, it hopefully will be a huge, huge, huge comic issue for The Walking Dead. Does that mean that Robert Kirkman wants you to go buy it? Of course. Are they overhyping it? Are they hyping it? Are they building it up? Of course. They want you to buy it. They want you to buy multiple copies. They want you to buy a digital version, a paper version. They're going to have, it's a supersized issue. I believe it's 30 pages. If you know the comic stuff, what's been going around, it could be and should be a big issue that you pick up. Maybe one for your safekeepings and one that you actually read. Could be. Their issues are $3.99 now, so it could be a little pricey if you want to buy two. But it could be worth it. But I think everybody is going to buy it and keep one and sell one there too. So I think it's going to be a big issue, and hopefully it lives up to the hype. And you know what I'm talking about. Issue 192 comes out Wednesday in a couple days. So we got filming news for The Walking Dead. That's going on. Well, Sundays they're off. They actually went into Friday morning. I think they stopped filming at 3 a.m. And who was seen was Negan, Connie, Lydia, Daryl, Michonne, Carol, Rosita, I believe were seen a couple of days ago. So I think that be the same people that are there filming in Alexandria. And I believe Michael Cutlitz, a lot of people say that I say Cutlass. It's Cutlitz. Michael Cutlitz, Abraham Ford, the actor who played that, is the director for episode 3. That they're filming. We're currently right now, I believe is the word. Could be episode 4, but I think it's episode 3 is where they're at based on the timeline. So, TTY Trixie, what's your season 10 death predictions? Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think that it's going to be Ezekiel, maybe Rosita, probably, hopefully Alpha, maybe Beta. And other than that, maybe some smaller characters. I doubt they're going to kill Michonne off. People are thinking that she may die off because she's going to go out there. But she's got to go to the movies, right? She has to go meet Rick. And if they kill her off, she can't go meet Rick, right? Maybe someone in Magna's group. I think Rachel. I think possibly Father Gabriel. Maybe there, maybe not. But I still think the writing's on the wall with the charter. And whoever signed it is in danger, besides Carol, of course. But that leaves Father Gabriel, Rachel. Some people from Oceanside will probably go, and Ezekiel and Father Gabriel, of course. So we'll see what happens for it. So what episode will Andy Lincoln be directing? We don't know. We don't know if he's actually directing it. I know he wanted to. He shadowed a director last season, but we don't know if he's coming back for that this season or not. But I would assume it's probably around the time when they're filming the movie, the first movie. They might film the movie, and then he comes and directs that. So my best bet would be that it's in the second half of season 10, if he's going to direct one at all. But we just don't know right now, too. So, yeah. But we'll see what happens with Fear. We'll see what happens with the connecting point for it. So Fear the Walking Dead, we're going to get some new characters. And I don't know about you, but I like it but I think the show needs a villain, a major villain. The first season of The Walking Dead was like, all right, walkers are the problem. And then season 2 was like Shane and Rick were kind of a problem. Then season 3 was the governor. We got a villain. That was the third season. Then we had the governor again, and then we had Negan, and then we had the Claimers, and we've had multiple villains on The Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead has had a villain problem. We haven't really had a true villain on the show. Last season, the Vultures were pretty weak. Martha was terrible, and hopefully we have... I would assume Logan is the villain. He is the guy that people love to tell me that he's in Dawn of the Dead in the mall, and he's bit, and Ving Rhames got to take him down. Yes, he is. More commonly, some people may know him back in the 80s and maybe early 90s that he was the neighbor, I believe, in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He was the dad and neighbor next door, I believe. So, but I think that Logan could be a character that needs to be a villain on the show, building for season 5 into season 6 if it's going to be another season or not. But I would assume we'll get at least 6 seasons of Fear. We'll see what happens, but I just don't know if it's going to happen. But we'll see. Hopefully this season, let's worry about this season, right? We'll worry about season 5 and how it connects. And the cast is getting pretty big now, right? I mean, it started off with Travis and Madison and Nick and Alicia and then, Chris and then Daniel and Ophelia and the mom there, and she didn't last long, and then Ophelia and then Daniel went away, and then we got some more people on Strand, and then we got this, and they went to here and went to there. And then they got pretty big all of a sudden. Season 4, we got June, Althea, Wendell, Sarah, John, Charlie, and then we get more people even that. So we get all those people coming into season 5, and I might have forgotten something. Morgan, of course. And then we're going to get Dwight, Max, Dylan, Annie, Logan. If the cat's named Skidmark, that's kind of terrible, but the cat. And then Grace, is it Karen? I can't remember if her name's Karen in real life, but I think it's Grace, is the lady in the hazmat suit. So it's like, man, that's crazy that we're getting all these characters. We had all those characters join the fold, and then we're getting even more characters on there too. So we have everybody returning, Luciana and everybody there too, and then we're getting new characters. So that's a lot of cast, right? I'm guessing some of these people aren't going to make it. And personally, I think Luciana can go. But if she gets wounded, it's kind of weak if she gets wounded and then she comes back to whatever. But she's just kind of weak in my opinion. I don't know what is going to happen with it. So, boy, do you think Morgan could go into clear mode and accidentally kill a group member? I think that's crappy writing. Because, I guess it's just weird because good guys are good and bad guys are bad. And when good guys start to be bad, are they going down this path that's there too? And maybe Morgan, that could happen, but Morgan is a good guy. He's been a good guy the entire time. He hasn't really killed a person that was good. Like, he fought Jesus, but Jesus kicked his butt. And then he's like, all right, I need to calm down a little bit here. And then he finally went after Jared, who was terrible. And then he kind of went after some, saviors, which were terrible. So it was fine, right? But has Morgan ever went against the group? He went against Rick a little bit and Jesus and, but nothing really like where he was actually going to kill someone. He tried to take out Rick, but it didn't work. But he was in cray-cray mode, so I don't know if that could happen. But I just don't know what it is. So, Feud Von Squad, learn some stuff. Go watch some of my other videos and come back, evidently, because you don't know what's going on. Who's Logan? You're going to meet Logan in the episode tonight, and you're going to meet him throughout the season. So stay tuned and watch that. If you also want to get educated, you can go check out some other videos besides, talking smack on there too. It's like, I thought this video was this. It's about what we want to talk about here. So if you want to just go get educated, that'd be great. So, but ultimately, I don't know what's going to happen with Fear after this season. There's going to be a time jump of 4 months since the last season finale, season 4's finale into season 5. There's going to be a 4-month time jump. So we're starting to get a little time jump and maybe a little more time jump. So I think we're eventually going to get to the timeline of a year and a half. So if it was 4 months, we're getting, close to half a year. Then we need another year time jump. So we get another time jump? Most likely, right? I would assume that we'll get a time jump probably mid-season or the way it ends in the end of the season, because time jumps are going to be essential if it's going to catch up and be connected with the Rick storyline, because I think Rick is going to be connected with the helicopter people, obviously, but the helicopter people are going to be connected with Fear going into that. And then are they just going to absolve and bring everybody in from Fear the Walking Dead at some point? I mean, eventually, if that's the end game, what's the point of having Fear the Walking Dead? To connect with the Walking Dead? Because initially, Fear the Walking Dead was supposed to be its own thing. California, Mexico, it was supposed to be its own thing. Seasons 1 through 3, there was no connecting point with the Walking Dead. That was a mistake, in my opinion. They should have had a connecting point with the universe of The Walking Dead. It was supposed to be a little different, but it never happened. And that's a missed opportunity big time, right? A super missed opportunity, because the universe is this big. Why are you going to have something so separate that was pretty terrible, that was so crazy that you wouldn't be able to connect with it, in my opinion, of course. Some people liked it, and I don't know how you could think Fear is better than The Walking Dead, but I just think it's come a long way. It's forcing the connection big time. Its connection with Morgan, to me, is really far-fetched. You know, it's really one of those things that it's like, man, that's crazy that Morgan came all the way from Virginia. He was walking a lot of the time, by the way. I don't know about you, but that would be really tough to walk, whatever months it is, in the heat, in the weather, in the terrain, for safety, dehydration, security, where are you going to be? It's not like he was driving a car for so long. Maybe he did, but we didn't see that. We saw him walking, and then he just comes across Alicia and them that are really kind of almost in villain mode at that time because of everything that happened. And then they team up with Morgan, of course, because Morgan's going to join the group. And then Dwighty Boy just comes across them, too. It's kind of crazy to think about it. He left Virginia, and they come all the way to Texas. That's not like right next door. It's not like coming from Mississippi or Kansas or, you know, Arkansas or something around that region. You had to go through a bunch of states, but, you know, they're just going to find each other, too. So, yes, the season premiere is tonight for sure. Mark, Q&A, Brian, what are your thoughts on Michonne leaving Judith and RJ behind? I can see both ways. It would probably make more sense if Michonne just went out on her own because you wouldn't have to worry about safety, security with Judith and RJ, plus the noise factor, food, shelter, finding yourself, you know, finding a place to stay. Michonne on a horseback would be the best way to do it. In the comics, it's 4 people going to the Commonwealth. Is Judith going to be left behind and RJ going to be left behind? Because they can't really take care of themselves. Judith is still in that learning stage and RJ is no close to be taking care of himself. But Michonne could go out with a group, a small group of 2 or 3, and that would be kind of a good connecting point to go to the movies. But I would think that Michonne leaves Judith behind because it's just not safe for that to go out there, too. A convoy of that just wouldn't make sense. But I think Judith should be the future of the show. And if she goes to the movies, how can she be the future of the show? I mean, she can do double duty and be in the movies and the show, but Michonne's done. So Michonne's not going to be able to go between the two. So how could they do it with Judith and Michonne? So we'll see, but I'm excited to see how it goes down. The world of the universe of The Walking Dead universe, I should say, is pretty interesting because it's still United States. It was East Coast only. Then it was West Coast with Fear the Walking Dead. Now it's, you know, Texas, Mississippi area. We're still in Virginia in the Walking Dead universe. It's filmed in Georgia, yes. People don't realize that it's filmed in Georgia but supposed to be in Virginia. Some people are like, what happened with Grady Memorial? What happened with this? They're in D.C. They're in Virginia. They're in that area now. They went so far away from that. Even though I would love for them to go back, that'd be pretty interesting too. So, do you know how long tonight's episode is? I believe it's 65 minutes, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I know it's a little extended, and then I think it's the Nosferatu episode, and then it's Talking Dead after that. So Talking Dead tonight is Alicia, Strand, and the 2 showrunners are tonight. So Louis Martin, Fear is filmed in Texas, and they are on episode 14 or 15 right now as I make this video. June 2nd, 2019 is the word. So they're wrapping up. It's going to be 16 episodes, I believe, and they're getting towards the end. From what I'm hearing and seeing pictures of, it should be kind of an interesting season because where they go, I believe they actually go into a mall, a rundown, broken down mall in, you know, I'm guessing they're still in Texas. But that would be pretty awesome because if it's a mall, that kind of is an interesting path from Dawn of the Dead and, you know, just some different kind of zombie related things because a mall is actually a good place to hold up if you think about it too. I think that it could be awesome, could be interesting to see how it goes down if it's written into the storyline. If it's actually a mall that's actually used. I know they filmed in a mall, but I don't know if it's going to portray that as a mall too, because sometimes they shoot somewhere and they show it a different way, especially on The Walking Dead. You know, when they show filming here, it's portrayed totally different where it was actually filmed. And I know more about The Walking Dead filming because I've seen filming sites and I've been around there too, but I would assume it's the same way as in Texas because with Fear the Walking Dead. But I know they film a lot around Austin, an area around there too, and I'm excited to see how it goes down. I was excited, with the whole Morgan situation, and I still can't believe that Morgan never met Madison. That just never happened, right? So you're like, what? Dwight and Morgan are clearly going to meet because we see it in the trailer, and hopefully it makes sense what they're going to do going forward. What's up with Max, Dylan, and Annie? Are they connected with Logan? I don't know. But Logan is going to be running the denim shop, leading the denim shop. So what's been going on there for the past 4 months? Because we've seen Fear the Walking Dead go to the denim shop at the end of season 4. And what's happening at the denim shop? Why would you stay there? It's not like you can farm the land and it's a denim shop. What are you doing with that? I mean, it's probably safe and secure because it's a big warehouse type building, but you can't really plant stuff there. It's a denim shop, so what are you doing with that? I mean, it's not a bullet factory or some other place of a big warehouse that's actually got boats or planes or trains or, I don't know, cars or something. It's not a mechanic place where you could go out. So we'll see what it is, but we may be getting some new rides a little bit. Hopefully we'll get the SWAT truck safe and secure, the tractor trailer by Sarah and Wendell. I see different, I guess it's tools or some things in the front to just mow down walkers. That'd be pretty cool. So hopefully it makes sense. What do we have here? Someone thinks it's an hour and 10 minutes. DVR, Mary says an hour and 10 minutes. So it could be an hour and 10 minutes. What I've seen is 65 minutes. So it's a little over an hour. Either it's 65 or 70 minutes. But that's with commercials. There's going to probably be at least 25 minutes of commercials. So we're going to be getting probably a 40-minute episode for it. So pretty interesting to see what's going to happen this season. And I'm excited because I'm a Walking Dead fan. Game of Thrones is over. Fear the Walking Dead, I like the show, and I just wish it was better. That's all. I'm hoping that Fear the Walking Dead connects with The Walking Dead, talks about the helicopter people and the connection there too. And I think it will. I think it's going to be a starting building block for it. And I haven't seen the episode, so I don't know. I don't know if it's slow or not, but I'm just hoping that it's interesting. I hope it's one of those things that builds and builds and builds, and it answers some questions, set up some things, asks some questions, set up some things, and answers it. That's the same thing too. So, Podrick, do you recommend Fear the Walking? As I'm unsure. Walking Dead is better, in my opinion, than Fear the Walking Dead. But over the summer, there's just not that much stuff to watch, in my opinion. I love Animal Kingdom. Stranger Things comes back in July. And then what else we got? NBA Finals. Okay. NHL Finals. Okay. Baseball. Okay. There's a couple shows. I watched the show yesterday called Good Omens. And I think it's only 6 episodes. It's on Amazon Prime. And we watched the first episode. It looks okay. We'll check it out, but we'll see how it goes down. It's 6 episodes, so we'll see how it goes. But I don't know what else to watch. So Fear is one of those things. It's a good summer show because there's not much television on over the summer. We're June 2nd, so June, July, August, September. We got to wait all those months before Walking Dead returns in October. Julia Muse, did Morgan and Dwight ever have a scene in The Walking Dead? No. And that's a great question because Morgan and Dwight are going to meet in Fear. And that, to me, is the first time they've ever met, which is interesting because they're supposed to just know each other, and they probably know of each other. They know, they've seen each other. They were at the battlefield in the open field in the season 8 finale. Did they ever talk? Did they ever see each other? Not that we saw. So maybe it was off camera. People are like, we don't have to see everything. Yes, we do, if it makes sense. If we don't see it happen, then we don't. How can we buy into just this world? But Dwight and Morgan are characters that have not talked about it too. There's a Skybound article where Lenny James and Austin Amelio have talked about it, and I talk about it actually in one of my later videos, my recent videos, is that they don't really know each other. They haven't really talked in there too. So I would assume that that's an open, clean slate. But there's some familiarity of things because they came from the same area in Virginia and Negan and stuff. So it's one of those where they don't really know each other. That can be good or not for the show. So I don't think I've ever seen a show for Search. It is. So Hold on, let me get this guy out of here. So he's going to talk smack, and then he's going to talk some more on here too. So being uneducated in the fact of Logan is what I was talking about, not in life, but I don't know if we're going to be like this. So that's good because he has a life. So are you saying I don't because I talk about an awesome show and an awesome universe here and also do a multitude of things, author, doctor of physical therapy and all that other stuff. But yeah, we're going to get this guy out of here. Boop. Got 0 tolerance for that stuff too. And it's interesting because people love to run their mouth and let the talk say what they say and do all this other stuff too. And, it's just uncalled for. So that's cool. But the person clearly thinks they're better than other people on here. And I got 0 tolerance for that too. So sorry, TTY Trixie. My stream, I'm going to go to 2 o'clock. So I'll go for another half hour because I got some stuff I got to do around the house. And, Sunday is like cleaning time and doing all that too. So I don't know if I can go a little further, but I'll try to go a little bit longer too. Boyd Q&A, do you think Wendell could get a similar death like Franklin did in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Could be. I think we're going to lose some of the characters for sure. We have such a big cast and you have to thin the herd eventually, right? Because after a while, it's going to be like, man, what the heck is going to be with all these people? It's going to be tough to keep track of it too. So I like Wendell and I like Sarah, but I feel like one of them's got to go, right? And I'm not sure if it's going to be Sarah or Wendell, but I like the idea of them having more and more of a part this season and just hopefully they get a good death if they actually go. So some people were giving recommendations, Animal Kingdom. I know I'm not a Deadwood fan, but I believe that just came out on on Friday with a movie or something on HBO. I'm not a big fan of that. I've never seen it, so I don't know. I could be a fan. I just never seen it too. So Xmas Girl 304 without commercials, it's 47 minutes long. So 47 minutes, that's about right. That's what it runs when it goes over. So if you call it 50 minutes and it's going 70 minutes, it's a little more than 20 some minutes of commercials. That's just crazy. 20 minutes of commercials, but they'll be getting paid for sure. But, that's what they got to do. What we got here? Donnie. Oh, man, it just jumped on me when I'm scrolling. Sorry, I got to police the chat a little bit here, too. So it's, but yeah. What do we got here? People supporting the channel. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for joining me here. Xmas Girl 304 Q&A. Do you think we may see the origins of the A and B or PPP thing? Good question. I think so. I think it could be a start of that. I think it would be more of the A and B versus the PPP thing because I don't know. Because that, to me, was connected with Tara and Heath and the helicopter people that way. And if they're in Texas, that would be kind of crazy if they flew from Virginia to Texas and that whole situation is in Texas. That would be kind of crazy if that's what it is. Weird things have happened on The Walking Dead in that universe. So I don't know if it's going to be that way. But I hope we get answers for both of those. And I think we would get more answers for the A and B than anything, too. So, yeah. Brian, have you noticed the trend of trolls when we're between seasons? They go into hibernation. For sure. They hide because the trolls love to start trouble and come in and just be like, bup, 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 and then run out and hide. True fans stick with the channel, stick with the content, stick with all this thing too. It's just one of those things that it's just all about being here for the right reasons. And people stay here all year long. When we do live streams every Sunday or most Sundays that I can't say every Sunday because sometimes I'm away and just I just wish I could. But ultimately, it's one of those things that trolls come and go. And when they'll be coming out more as this Fear the Walking Dead gets going, especially if it gets good and when Walking Dead's back for sure. Oh man, we got an NBA's finals question here. Who do you think will win the NBA finals? Honestly, I don't care either way. I shouldn't say I don't care. I don't mind who wins. If it's the Raptors or the Warriors, I hope it goes 6 or 7 games. It's entertaining. I think it's interesting for NBA. I like the Warriors. I don't mind the Warriors. Some people hate them, but we'll see if the Drake curse is going to be against the Raptors because it just is a real thing. You know, everybody that Drake supports doesn't really turn out well, or I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of the teams that he's get pictures with, Conor McGregor, the boxer that just got taken down, you know, so many teams. It's like, all right, I don't know if you'd want that there, but he's a big fan of the Raptors, so we'll see if that happens. But John Graham, hey, Bri, do you think Strand dies this season? Love your channel, man. Thank you for the support. Thank you. John, I don't think so. I think Strand is a big important part of the show. I would think, actually, Daniel Salazar and Strand are going to be connected. They've been connected. They're connected since season 2, 3. You know, I guess since season 1, but season 2, season 3 for sure with Strand and Daniel. I personally think between the two, Daniel would probably get taken out. And that stinks because Daniel is a fan favorite of mine, or he's a favorite of mine, and I like Daniel a lot. And I just see Daniel actually doing something and saving Strand's life for some reason. Even though Strand shot him in the face in season 3 and Strand should be taken out, I just feel like we're not actually going to get that too. So, Mega Dr. Dre, do you think Dwight and Daryl will see each other again? I don't think so. I don't know if Dwighty Boy's ever going to come back around to The Walking Dead. But I would personally like it if Dwight came back around and saved the day. Even what if he rode in with Morgan and everybody there and helped out? But I think Dwight's whole storyline is going to be Sherry driven. And I think if Sherry really left from Virginia to Texas and they find each other, that's kind of where the story's going. And it's interesting because I think it is. And I really hope that Dwight finds Sherry. I mean, do you guys hope that they find each other? Because it's that the thing is, if we don't actually get it answered, if we don't get it, you know, accomplished, what have we been watching here? One way or another, he's got to find Sherry, and they have to have some sort of relationship, connection, storyline going forward. And maybe Sherry is running a group, or she's part of a group, and Dwight takes the group there too. I mean, I don't know. What if Sherry's with Logan or something? What if Sherry is with a whole separate group? What if we don't see Sherry to the second half, and it's all about Dwight's still looking for Sherry, this, Sherry. I don't know. I got to find Sherry. I got to find this. I got to find that. Where's this? I got to find that. And it's like, all right, just answer the question already. Find her or don't. Come on, right? So I think we'll see Sherry probably towards the second half of season 5. They're going to drag that out. That's for sure. So we'll see what happens. So, Mark, what would be the reason for Dwight to travel to Texas? Well, the last time we got the note from Sherry, well, Dwight got the note, so we got the note, right? We saw the note. But Sherry wrote honeymoon, infinity sign, honeymoon forever, I'm guessing, right? So I'm guessing they had the honeymoon in Austin or Galveston, like Julia said, somewhere in Texas. So they were in Texas, from Texas, there too. So they went there. And it's definitely one of those things that it's like, that's interesting, because if there was just no inclination that they were in Texas forever, or they went to Texas, or they lived in Texas, or they went to their honeymoon, that why she would go there. But we'll have to see. Hopefully it's answered. You know, I'm not the writer for it, but I'm hoping that it's answered, you know, for sure. Jamie Lynn Paris. Bri, Q&A, do you think Daryl and Carol will finally be a couple? I hope. I don't think so. I think that Daryl will never have a romantic relationship. If it is, it's probably with Connie, and Connie will stick around. I like Connie, so I wouldn't mind Connie to stick around, but I don't know if I want them to have a relationship. If Daryl never has a relationship, I'm okay with it. I know a lot of people want him to be with Carol, but maybe that's the way the whole thing ends, with Daryl kissing Carol, and boop. That's how the Walking Dead show ends. Would you want to see that? Because Daryl and Carol are going to be on the show to the very end, or at least the next couple seasons, because they have a 3-year deal. Season 10 is the first year of that 3-year deal, so they got 2 more seasons potentially after season 10, and that could be the way it ends for sure. So, in my opinion, but we don't know how it's actually going to go down, what the writers can do, what they want to do. So, Xmas Girl 304 Q&A. Do you think any of the newly introduced characters, such as Al, Sarah, or Wendell, could be connected to the helicopter people? I don't think they'll be connected like they're with that group, but I think Althea will have more of a connecting point than anything, because, as you know, specifically, Xmas Girl 304, Al will have that connecting point with the symbol, with the things, with the people, with the videos, and I think that she could be the connecting point for the helicopter people to the show, and where does it go after that? But I would think Althea has the best connection for it. Negan's mayo sandwiches. Oh, we got sandwiches, double sandwiches, more than one sandwich, huh? Q&A, Brian, do you think they foreshadowed Negan killing Alpha back in 909 when he chopped off the burnt Walker's head off, and then the camera showed a bloody bag? Yeah, well, it showed his bag with the stuff going on it. I think so. I mean, I think that was foreshadowing, and also the way they shot the finale with like the flag blanket thing that had the holes in it, and you just see Alpha's head. It's definitely foreshadowing for the comic fans. If you know that could possibly happen. I don't know if it will happen or not because they can change things up, but I hope that happens. I don't know if it has to be with Negan per se, but I hope Alpha gets taken out. I hope she gets taken out in the first half of season 10, so the Whisperers can go. I hope the Whisperer War is the first 6, 7, 8 episodes of season 10, and then we move on from that. And then it's all about Rick and Michonne and the radio and having that. So I don't know. I definitely think that was foreshadowing. I agree with you if you agree with that too. I think there too. So Grape Tomato Girl in the house. Very cool. Very cool. What are your thoughts that Madison is with the helicopter people? I think Madison is dead. I think she was taken out by the walkers. It's a shame that they didn't show it because then that would have ended the debate. But just you don't put people in memoriam on Talking Dead unless they're in memoriam and they're killed off the show. The Talking Dead gets all their information from Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. So everything they talk about, behind the scenes stuff, go inside the dead, and you can't get into stuff anywhere else. It's just from The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead. It's AMC stuff bringing there too. So it's the stuff you may have missed. It's the insider stuff. It's the Easter eggs. It's the connections. It's the stuff that's there too. So it's like, I think that she's gone. I just think because she was in memoriam on there too. And everybody loves to say, well, Glenn wasn't when he had the dumpster thing. He wasn't in memoriam then. He was in memoriam, him and Abraham, when they were gone in 701. So that's just what it is too. So Dirty Kenzo Q&A, who's your top 3 Fear characters? That's tough. I guess of all time, Daniel Salazar is definitely up there. I don't know if it's 1, 2, and 3, if it's in order. I like Daniel. I like Nick at certain times. Alicia has grown on me. I like Alicia a little bit more in the past season or so. But I like John. John is definitely up there. So I would probably go Daniel, Alicia, and John of the characters that are still alive. And I would probably go with that as my top 3 for that too. I mean, I like John just because he seems like a person that we can relate to. He seems a little more Walking Dead-ish than just a character thrown out of nowhere too. I think it's pretty cool. Mark, I have not played Days Gone yet. I've been slacking. I've not had a chance to rent it. I probably should have rented it last week when I had some time, but I had to do some yard work. I was pruning trees. I was doing stuff there and just stuff around the house. But I have to rent it. I have not played it. I heard it's good. I heard it's fun. I heard there's some glitches. I heard it's a lot of things, but I'm going to rent it versus buy it. But I've yet to play Days Gone myself, and I want to for sure. So, Janet, I want to see Negan break Lucille on beta. Do you think Negan will freak out over Lucille? I think so. Lucille, Negan have to be reunited in season 10 because I don't buy the fact that Michonne said that they left Lucille out there. They left her out there in the field. I just don't trust that. I don't believe it. I don't believe that at all for sure too. So Dan T, my season 10 death predictions. I said it before earlier. I guess you weren't here. You missed it. But I think that I think my season 10 Walking Dead death predictions are Ezekiel, Rachel, some Oceanside people, Rosita potentially. If it's not Rosita, it's probably Father Gabriel. I think one of those 3 have to get taken out. And if it's Sadiq, that's pretty terrible because Sadiq is the only doctor left, so it could be Sadiq. But if it's Rosita or Father Gabriel, one of the 2 for sure too. So SP, hey Brian, hey. Hello, PT. What's up, dude? Can't wait for tonight. Bumblebee Brown. Yeah, I'm excited for tonight, too. I heard it's a pretty good episode. I heard it's a little slow. I heard it's a little this, but it's building. We're coming back. It's the first episode, too. And sometimes season premieres are great. Some season premieres are a little slow, but the way it left off, we'll see what happens, too. So 4-month time jump. Is that going to mean big things? I don't really know too much, but I wonder what's up with the plane. And have you guys seen the first, what was it, 4 minutes? It's the opening minutes of the episode because I shared it on Facebook and our groups and our pages and on my personal page too. And it's on AMC's, YouTube channel. So if you want to just check out, you can see the first couple minutes. You'll meet Max, Dylan, and you'll see Alicia too. So, and then you can also see the little sneak peek for it. You can see Morgan's on the radio talking to Logan, and we'll see what that's all about. We don't really get much out of that. Jamie Lynn Paris Q&A, are you going to watch Nosferatu? I probably won't. I haven't watched Nosferatu. I bet it's been going on, right? Or is it the premiere tonight? I haven't seen it at all. I haven't watched much TV with my cable box. I've been watching a little more on the app stuff on Netflix and everything, but I have not actually watched it on there too. Is it good? Is it not good? I haven't seen it. Has anybody watched Nosferatu? What you got here? So, what you got for that? Nope, everyone's just saying good things too. So I'm appreciating. Oh, so it is premiere tonight, Janet. Yeah, premiere tonight. So I don't know. Well, I might watch a little bit of it, I guess, if it's on. Roll into Talking Dead. But I really want to talk about Animal Kingdom. Not here, but I'll do Animal Kingdom. I want to talk about that in a couple of videos because I like Animal Kingdom a lot. Season 4, man, it's a really good show. Also, I'm going to be doing a live stream. I'll have to time it when it's good. Maybe between the little break of Fear, the mid-season premiere, and the mid-season finale. I want to talk about my book series. I want to do a Fight for Us live stream, and I'll probably talk about that in advance, give it an advance notice of that because people have been asking me about that, and I want to talk about probably just the first book, maybe the series, but probably the first book of Fight for Us. And for those who don't know, I have a book series, Fight for Us. It's actually the sticker right there. But you can get book 1 and a bunch of different things. Like book 9, book 8, book 7, 6, 1. A couple different books here in the description. You can go check it out for that if you want to check out my book series. And I do pretty interested into that series. But I definitely don't want to give too much away because I want you to read the book and then join the live stream on it, kind of like a book club kind of thing of Fight for Us. So it's definitely an awesome thing. I'm really proud of it, and I'm trying to get more and more and more and more stuff going towards it. So if you can, check it out. I haven't had too many people, I have heard nothing but good things and good replies from it, especially once we had to go in and edit it and redo it on there too. I think it's a good thing for, another zombie apocalypse genre here too. And I just try to get more and more stuff for it because I like the idea of survival, and it could be zombie survival. It could be, dystopian universe. It could be a plague. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be zombies, but it's a thing that makes sense to me is to have that for it. So, Von L, I'm caught up on Fight for Us. Can't wait for the next one. Thank you. Appreciate it. Book 10 will be out in October. My wife has to finish her edit. She got 5 chapters left, and then I have to edit it one more time. And then I'm still writing a couple things for upcoming books. And I'm going to actually put out a prequel series that it's going to connect. All my books of the Fight for Us series and a couple other series that I'm going to start is going to connect. They're all going to connect in that universe. It's going to be different areas, different parts, but it's going to be the same kind of sequence of events that have happened, maybe different areas, maybe different spots, maybe different months or something before. So it makes sense too. And I like the idea, and I just kind of wish that Fear the Walking Dead connected a little bit more with The Walking Dead right off the bat. And I think that's the best way to do it. And so if I think it's the best way, I think it's what I'm going to do in my series for sure. So what do we got here? SP, think the 2 shows will merge. I think they emerge definitely down the road. Or maybe they merge via the movies. Maybe you just put some of those whoever's left there too. Or maybe some people stay and they end the series with people staying in Texas. And you have that whole area because I wouldn't want them to just leave their area. I would actually love to have it where some people stay in Texas and do their thing in Texas and start up something there. And whoever goes back, maybe Morgan brings a couple people back with them, like Althea and the SWAT truck, and maybe John and June. That'd be crazy. But, that'd be interesting if they had. I like having different areas and groups in different spots where you can be like, I wonder what's going on with them. And then eventually they talk about it some way or there's some communication with it, because the radio could be a game changer with, things now. You can reach farther locations. You can amplify signal. You can go somewhere as well, too. So a bunch of stuff. People are saying about Animal Kingdom. I like Animal Kingdom a lot. It's a great show. I think if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch the first 3 seasons on there. I could be wrong, but it's either Amazon Prime. It's not on Netflix, I don't think, but it's Amazon Prime. And they just started the 4th season now, and it's on TNT. It's a good show. It's just kind of a thing where you buy into them. You like Jay and Craig and Darren, and maybe you like Smurf. Maybe you don't like Smurf. You like Baz. You like. I don't know. It's just so much stuff going on. It's just a good way of doing it. It kind of like Renee said, it sucks you in. It's just like, man, I'm right there. And that's what I hope my book series eventually gets to. Hopefully you get sucked in and you're drawn in and you're there. You like characters, you don't like characters, you're rooting for this person, you're rooting for that person, you're rooting for this person to fail, you're rooting for this person to succeed. There's a lot of different characters, and hopefully it draws you in too. And that's what I'm striving to do here as well. Xmas Girl 304 Q&A, do you think this season of Fear will be full of Easter eggs to connect to Rick's whereabouts? I hope so. If they were smart, they would have. I don't know if it's a lot or full of them, but a couple at least, right? We have to get a lot more information, or at least a little bit more information, and then eventually a lot more about the helicopter people and the Rick situation and Jadis or something there too, because Morgan did talk to Jadis. Well, Anne, right? So there is kind of a connection with that. And the helicopter symbol will be seen again in Fear this season. So hopefully they answer it. It just hopefully makes sense too. So, yeah. It's just funny. Smurf. People are talking about Smurf. But, yeah, I know. Smurf's a little much. But you got to have kind of a little thing too. So you got to have a little outlier or a pain in the butt for sure too. So, yeah, I know. I don't really want to talk too much about the whole Georgia situation because of the filming, because of the whole political aspects of it, and I'm not going to get into that. But it's just crazy to think that if The Walking Dead ever left Georgia, where would it go? Where would they film? And AMC owns that studio now, so that's kind of crazy, and that's in Georgia. So I don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of places. I think it was was it Arkansas or Louisiana or something, and they're connected with Mississippi and what's going on with that. And it's just a terrible situation because, whatever you believe, it's just one of those things where this is right and that's right and this is right and that's right. And people's views clash in politics. It's just a mess. And then when it spills over to filming and shows and productions in there too. And Georgia's a huge production state. It's kind of the Hollywood of the South. It's one of those things that it's kind of crazy to think that Georgia could take a hit, and maybe it goes to not just with The Walking Dead. They film a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies there too, a lot of things, and we'll have to see. But I know someone from AMC and The Walking Dead, I think it was just AMC, but the executive said we'll have to see what happens with the business too, so of it. But yeah, and that's right. Hard and Nixie. You got to base business decisions on business decisions. And I agree with that too. But when stuff rolls in, I don't know. It's just one of those things that we just don't know yet more about it. And more will come out probably over the summer. But there's always some controversy. It was like the lawsuit with the stunt guy, and then the writer's strike, and now this, and then the Frank Darabont stuff. It's just like, man, it's just crazy. It's got to be nuts with AMC and the production people. Like it's nothing but headaches, it seems like sometimes too. And I can't imagine the stress level that's going through these people right now. It's just nuts. So, Janet, it's on, like I said, the first 3 seasons of Animal Kingdom are on Amazon Prime, I believe, too. It's on TNT, so if you have access to TNT shows or previous TNT shows. It's a TNT show. So if you have Amazon Prime, I believe the first 3 seasons are on there. I could be wrong, but I've seen it somewhere. And you definitely want to start from the very beginning because it builds and it builds and it builds. And it's a good show. It's really great too. I don't want to give too much away. If you like some drama and kind of like heist stuff, if you liked Heat, if you like different movies like that, if you like the dynamic of robbing stuff and looting stuff, but doing it for different reasons, and it's just kind of crazy too. It's interesting. It's an interesting concept and a good show. But Animal Kingdom is something I definitely recommend, and I don't recommend a lot of shows, that's for sure. So yeah, Von L, it's definitely on Amazon Prime. Exactly. So Amazon Prime, it's the first 3 seasons, and it's a lot of good content. I don't remember one bad episode too. I remember there's a lot of stuff happening, more episodes than others, but it's been really good. So overall, Xmas Girl, are you going to do a review of comic issue 192? If so, what are your predictions? I'll definitely do a review for sure, because it's potentially a big, huge, game-changing issue of the comic that comes out Wednesday. And I don't know. I think the predictions are going to be true. I think it's going to be a major character's last issue. I think it's going to be setting up some craziness with the Commonwealth. I think Commonwealth is going to have some problems, especially with the Miltons. That's for sure, too. So I don't want to give too much away if people haven't seen it, but I'll definitely do a review or Reddit on there as well. True Blood is, I'm probably saying your name, Jamelin Paris. True Blood is a favorite show, tied with Walking Dead and then Vikings and Game of Thrones. Yeah, I mean, I like different shows for different reasons. I haven't seen Vikings, and I've seen parts of True Blood. I'm not a big vampire kind of thing, but I like The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, of course. I love Breaking Bad. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad is one of the best shows of all times. The way it's written, the way it connects, the way it's just pretty awesome. It's definitely a thing that I love. It how it just makes sense, and it just comes all together too. So I'm gonna review for sure there. So I'm gonna do a couple more minutes, guys. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna go. So yeah, I'm sorry. It just looks. I don't want to say it wrong, but it's probably something I'm butchering. I apologize for that there too. So, but I like the idea of Fear the Walking Dead being a good summer show. It doesn't have to be great, but it has to be entertaining. And if it can connect with The Walking Dead, the helicopter people, that's a win right there too. Setting up The Walking Dead season 10. I'm super excited for The Walking Dead season 10. From what I'm seeing, what I'm reading, the spoiler stuff that's going around, man, it just seems like if they do it right, the Whisperer War can be awesome. It really needs to be awesome, right, too. It needs to be great. The Whisperers are just a group that we don't really, maybe you like Alpha and you like Beta on there too, but they're not good people. They don't do good things. I mean, they bring babies and they let babies potentially die in the field right outside of Hilltop, and they kill their own people, and they do this, and it's just crazy, this idea, and they want to be left alone. But if they're going to come bring the fight to Alexandria, and Lydia doesn't want to be part of them anymore, you have to leave that too. There should be a big, awesome war about it, and I'm hoping that it's pretty awesome for sure, too. So Jason Scott is saying that the blue meth that Walter White made started the zombie apocalypse. And I had a whole video about that, talking about what Robert Kirkman asked. He was asked this question on the Walker Stalker Cruise, the third one, about that. And it's actually a video on my channel if you want to go check it out, that he actually agreed with it. He was like, yeah, I could be down with that, because he doesn't want to talk about how it started. He doesn't have an origin story. But I do. I think an origin story of the zombie apocalypse is pretty important, pretty necessary. I like to see where it started, the middle ground, how people are surviving, and an end game that is important there too. The way it starts and the way it finishes and everything in between should be definitely answered in a zombie apocalypse, in my opinion. And it will be in maybe not the Fight For Us series, but a connecting point of that. For sure, I have a prequel series that's not titled Fight For Us, but it'll be a connecting point for all that. And I think it's definitely something that is there for sure as well. So, yeah, people are at this. Yeah, no, Jason, I'm not disagreeing that the whole Breaking Bad thing is not there. The whole Merle had it. Merle had the blue meth in his bag which is actually just rock candy. it's blue rock candy. But he had it when they were on the highway, or they got it out of Merle's bag on the highway in season 2. So there is there, and the red Charger, or sorry, the red Challenger, not the Charger, on there too. They're both technically the same car, and it's pretty cool, man. You know, I'm excited for all this to come together. Mary says, thank you. Such a wonderful video, as you do always. Thank you. Always do. Thanks for your hard work. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it, too. So, you know, I appreciate you guys taking the time. If you ever want to do a super chat, the money comes right to the channel. Can go in. Patreon page comes right back to the channel. Just subscribing helps out the channel, too. Book series, always good. Kindle versions is more affordable than paperback. If you're a Kindle owner, it's 99 cents for the first book. So hopefully you checked it out, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm seeing where it's going, and it's an awesome connecting point with, you know, myself, my friends, my family, my father, everything. It's my cats in there too. It's kind of a thing where it just means a lot to me because it's a fictional story, but it's something that I get immersed in myself, and you know, I'm not the main character, but you know, it's loosely based on a fictional aspect of some of my life. You know, with the martial arts and everything too. So it's interesting, and I just hope that you guys check it out and been a part of it and will be a part of it too. So I appreciate it, guys. Enjoy tonight's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 1. I will do a review of it when I watch it, and then I'll probably watch Talking Dead. I believe the TWD Rewards code is Skidmark for tonight's SKID MARK, but it'll be seen in the episode. I believe that's what they're saying. We don't know what it is for the Talking Dead because we haven't seen it yet, but some people are telling me that's what it is. So enjoy tonight's episode, and remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, and as always, enjoy tonight's episode. Have a good time. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate it, guys, and thank you for watching. See ya.